Good afternoon, Sinamkelo kwenye episode ye Beyond Boundaries. Kamala Samkelo kakhatebe. I am hoping Ugutu Tuli is going to be doing our sign language because Utips is still terrible at doing sign language. Sise stage, Chief. What are we doing here today, Mr. Dance Partner?
Finally, you guys came into my comfort zone. We are on stage, the actual stage that our one and only friend Musa is going to dance. Remember, we followed him and just to check what they're doing, how he's rehearsing. Tonight is that night where Musa is going to actually show the dance. It's an international piece and we are on the actual stage. That's why I'm just coming there to show you guys that this is where things are happening. And we opening the show. I'm introducing you to the stage. How does it feel?
Oh, no, it feels good. Hey, no, this dancing thing is a bit of a problem for me because last week when we closed, I was trying to dance. It looked terrible. And now I'm on stage again, having to dance.
And Musa is going to show us how it's really done. So
By
on
professionals.
On our feel-good story, what we decided is to make this whole show a feel-good show. So that because we're following Musa, who's actually going beyond the boundary of dancing as a disabled dancer, but he's integrated into a real dance company. And this whole show is a feel-good show. How about that?
No, that's good news. I'm happy with that. Look, I mean, we had Musa a studio as well, and we went Vele Sambo Nazo rehearse, and now Vele we are bringing the actual performance, the opening of his show, and later on he's going to be telling us about his show. What is it about? What is his role on the show? So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one.
We're going to follow him around. We're going to check what he's doing. We're going to see how they dress. We're going to see what he's wearing. We're going to see how they are treating him, because sometimes you think because he's disabled then you think he's got his own entrance. We're going to see, but for now, while we go and look for Musa, Valen, tell us the news. We are doing it from stage. Yes, Valen.
The 9th edition of the World Para-Swimming Championships is a key qualifier for next year's Tokyo Paralympic Games. It got underway in London this week. And on day one alone, African records fell. Commonwealth Games silver medalist Cion came painstakingly close to a podium spot, finishing in 5th place in the men's 50-metre butterfly S7 final. He hit the wall in 5th place in a new African record of 30.59 seconds. In the men's 100-metre backstroke S12 final, Franco Smit clocked a new continental record, touching in 7th place in a time of 1 minute 04.40 seconds. Smit produced the goods in the final, swimming more than 30 seconds faster than in the morning. Hendrik van der Merwe demonstrated his form at the championships, racing to a new personal best in the men's 100-metre breaststroke SB5 event. In the evening's final, Van der Merwe took more than a second off his new lifetime best from the morning, finishing 8th in a time of 1 minute 42.21 seconds. Eleni Ferreira missed out on a spot in the final despite racing to a new continental record in the women's 400 metres S13 event, finishing the heat in 10th place with a time of 5 minutes 05.55 seconds. Eleni has a very busy swimming schedule. She'll be competing in the 100-metre breaststroke, 200-metre IM, the 400 free, 100-metre butterfly, as well as the 100-metre freestyle mixed relay. Paralympic medalist Henry Herbst came close to a spot in the men's 50-metre freestyle S11 final, finishing in 9th place with a time of 27.58 seconds. After he ended 4th at the last Paralympics in the 100-metre freestyle event, he wants to make up for that in Japan, and it starts at the World Championships. Kabelo Zwane from Gauteng is competing at his first World Championships, and he's Coach Ty Slattery's pick for the one to bring back the silverware. 20-year-old Cornell Leach from the Northwest University will be competing in the 100-metre breaststroke as well as the 100-metre freestyle mixed relay. Like Ferreira, she has Stargardt's disease, which means she only has peripheral vision. Her condition was discovered in 2008, but swimming has given her the opportunity to fulfill her love of sport. Free State's golden girl, Lizanne Coetzee, has another record to her name, the South African 1,500-metre mark for the T11 class. The 5,000-metre world record holder is focusing on the 1,500 as it will be on the Paralympic program next year. Coetzee, who is completing her Masters in Social Cohesion and Reconciliation Studies at the University of the Free State, was honoured by the institution when she received an Ambassador's Award at the COFC's Chancellor's Alumni Awards evening. Congratulations. Former Paralympic and World Javelin champion Nicholas Newman has continued his transition to a top triathlete with an appearance at the World Championships for the able bodies. The cerebral palsy athlete finished 96th in the men's 35 to 39-year-old category. Newman has now got his sights set on the 16th Ironman African Championships, which takes place next year on the 29th of March in Port Elizabeth. Nick, you have shown us anything is possible when you put your mind to it. South Africa's Kgothatso Montjane has made history once again at a Grand Slam, this time at the US Open. Montjane became the first black woman from Africa to appear in a final. Together with German doubles partner Sabine Ellerbrock, they qualified for the championship match where they lost 6-2, 6-love to Didier de Groot and Annick van Koort. In the singles competition, Montjane, who won the G-Sport Sportswoman of the Year with a Disability before flying out to New York, lost in the opening round of the singles competition to the eventual winner, de Groot. Of the many places that seems difficult for wheelchair users to go, the beach is certainly one of them. But not in the northern Moroccan city of Tangier, where a row of floating wheelchairs are lined up along the shore to assist disabled visitors to take a swim. Besides the chairs, a team of volunteers wait to wheel the swimmers over a ramp built to help navigate in and out of the water. The equipment and volunteers are at Dahlia Beach, and it's part of an initiative aimed at supporting disabled swimmers. This summer, up to 580 disabled visitors have taken a dip, giving people with disabilities the chance to swim freely in a controlled environment. Many of the swimmers and visitors are being able to swim for the very first time. The assistance and services offered to the disabled swimmers are free of charge. A fashion show titled My India, My Pride was held to promote inclusivity of the differently abled in that country. The show, which used children dressed in traditional Indian and Western-inspired pieces, was organized by a local non-governmental body in collaboration with Fashion Design Council of India. The models, some assisted by volunteers, others in wheelchairs, showed confidence and excitement. The Secretary of the Department of Empowerment for Persons with Disabilities from the Government of India, Shakuntala Gamlin, said it was important to make sure that education, infrastructure, transportation and information are available to all citizens, regardless of physical ability. Award-winning creative director Gregory Maqoma has once again impressed with the choreographic masterpiece, Cion. Inspirational single-leg amputee dancer Musa Motho was part of the latest rendition.
Behind me is the full company of the VDT Vuyani Dance Company, Dance Theatre, and Musa. I know nerves are kicking in and it's about to go down, and I saw you rehearsing, but now the real show is happening. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I won't lie, I'm a bit nervous, but then out of all things, I'm excited, because it's a beautiful show after all. It sends a very powerful message out there, and again, it's like a coincidence whereby we're celebrating our 20 years with a dark piece, and then at the same time, there's something bad that is happening in our country. So basically, we kind of like celebrating what is happening, and we kind of sending the message out there. It's like, okay, cool. What is happening out there is wrong, and we should stop doing whatever that we're doing that is wrong. We should protect our women and children and all that. And yeah, this is a strong message from Musa, and he's going to say the same message through dance. So Musa, for people who will see the episode and they will see a bit of the performance, what can they expect? Just give them a few words to say it's about to go down or whatever. Just expect a spectacular piece.
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
Okay, I forgot to make them aware of something. This is the main company. It's not the junior company, it's the main company. And I told them that I will show them that it's not Musa and VDT, it's Musa of VDT. So you are part of the main company.
Yeah, actually.
So
actually now I'm doing a training program within, I'm performing with the company.
Okay, so guys, Musa on stage, oh no, internationally acclaimed piece, Cion. Musa, good luck, man. It's about to go down.
Thanks, buddy.
Guys, we're going to follow them, and they're going to pray, and we will join them in prayer because, I mean, yeah, why not? It's a prayer circle, so follow me.
Maqoma, the founder of the Vuyani Dance Theatre, gained national acclaim with his Zakesum Da-inspired piece in 2017, and it was a dream come true for Musa to be a part of the production's return to the stage. At such a time as this in the country, the piece, set to a revised version of Ravel's Bolero, is as much about living as it is about dying.
Today we at the Johannesburg theatre. It's like the opening night of the season. So the production is Cion. So today Yakala 8. I'm so excited. And the piece itself, it talks about like talks about death, you know. Talks about death, talks about a person called Toloki, who is like the main character in this piece. That person is like he's a professional mourner, you know. He just get called a funeral in the year, and then he'd go there and mourn, you know. So yeah, the whole piece is about that, and it has like different stages, you know. And there's like bolero, and my character in this piece is very important.
Yes. Okay. So you are the assistant mourner, assistant professional mourner.
I'm actually the spirit of Toloki's son, you know. So basically he had a son, and there were places where they were like, okay, there's slaveries, and then so mothers would like give birth, and then afterwards they take their babies. They don't allow them to bond with them. So that's where my death started.
That's your spirit.
Yeah. So
right.
You feel that. My character, it's all about reconnecting with somebody that you want to connect ever since, you know. It might be hard to connect with somebody that you don't know, you know. Maybe Uti, you had a father, or you have a father, but you don't know that, you know, you don't know him, you know. But then connecting with him is more of, okay, it's not like, okay, physical contact.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously physical contact won't be that intense, or yeah. So it's all about spirit. How do you feel when you see that person? Because every time I'm in this piece, and every time I see Toloki, I feel like, okay, I feel like I know this person. We so connected that I can't ignore it. But let me just, you know, then I go to church. So it's all about like, when you're watching me in this piece, you see somebody who's not give up in life. Okay, cool, now I don't give up. This is what I want, and I'm gonna get it. And then at the end, I got it. Tonight it's one of those nights like, okay, cool, I'm gonna show you what I have. I'm gonna show you what I've been doing this past month, you know. And to be honest, this year it's been like, it's a piece in the where I'm working, you know. When dance company, and I was watching it on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, I want to be in this piece, and then yeah, I am today. Like, okay, so I'm going to claim my space now, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
Musa is my brother. I met Musa many years ago as a kid, and Musa has been a daredevil, so to speak.
Yes.
He's been one guy who's been breaking boundaries all over. Musa Pantula, believe it or not.
Yes, yes.
Musa Pantula, and one time he came to me and said, like, hey, Hotman, I'm tired of the competition.
Yeah.
Open the doors for me, and all I had to do was to call Greg, and the rest was history.
So, Greg, I mean, amazing night, amazing performance. What is your take, and how do you feel about particularly tonight and how the night actually worked out?
I'm very blessed, and just seeing also, you know, our people coming out to support theatre. I mean, there was at least 60% of black people, my people, who come in to support theatre. And this is what we've been about at Vuyani Dance Theatre, that we want to educate our people about theatre, because we're telling our own stories, and we're telling the stories about them. So the works must be actually be reflective of our own societies where we come from. And what a better way to celebrate our 20 years with an audience that understands where we come from, understands the social ills, and they are here in the space with us. So yes, I'm incredibly blessed.
So tell me, the use of Musa, because as it Beyond Boundaries, we've been following his progress, the inclusion Yaga Musa, why did you see that as something important for wena ukuthi umfake and give him also such an important role?
I mean, the inclusion of Musa, for me, he has proven himself, beyond doubt. I mean, he's an artist. And our motto at Vienna Dance Theatre, it's always been about we work with anyone who has talent. And Musa has an ability. We never use this ability. We're saying people have different abilities. And he has shown himself and he's proven himself over the time that he's been with us that his ability is actually to reclaim the space on the dance floor. And he has done incredibly well. He came for an audition and he auditioned with everyone else on an equal level. And he had to prove himself that he wanted this as much as other people in the room. And here he is, he's with us, and next month he's traveling with us to the USA, New York. So he continues to fulfill his dreams through being part of Vienna Dance Theatre.
I'm so proud of him. Honestly speaking, during the show, as he was dancing, I literally shed a tear. I literally cried. I love him so much. I mean, every day I chat to him, and I'm inspired by his growth.
Yeah.
And thank you for affording him the opportunity. I've seen him a lot on TV with you.
This is beyond boundaries.
Thank
we
you, my
go
brother.
beyond the boundary of what people want to see. We are showing you what can be done. And with this guy, you guys got to know Musa. This is Itumele Ntapane, people, if you don't know. This is the owner of Shave Cafe, from a dancer to an entrepreneur.
Dancer.
We are doing things differently. So Musa, you are changing the world. At home, if you are sitting there and you think, yo, I'm disabled, you will be disabled, because people out there are getting up and they are doing things. Itumele, thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
Lovely seeing you.
Now you know, guys.
Thank you.
The national wheelchair basketball teams have upped their efforts to qualify for the 2020 Paralympic Games in Tokyo next year with a series of games against domestic teams. The Gold and Green Challenge form part of a build-up to the Tour of Thailand at the end of the year, which will be important preparation for the Africa qualification tournament in Morocco in January. The Sasol Amawheelaboys have not been together as a squad since May this year, when they took part in the annual Faza Cup in Dubai. After shaking off their initial rustiness against a Supersport Series All-Star team, the Amawheelaboys showed what progress has been made in the last couple of months.
I think the guys are doing well. We've got a problem at the moment that two of our players resigned, and we're starting to get these youngsters now in to fill their places. But I think with us now going to Thailand in November, I think the younger guys will start gelling in with the team, and probably with next year going to the qualifiers, we'll have a good chance of qualifying.
These kind of games are very important to us, and to determine our level of strength and our level of fitness, and to know where we are. It determines individually where our strengths are, as well as a team where our strengths are, where we are as per the level of where we need to be to face teams with the likes of Morocco, etc.
It's actually then strength versus strength. It's a national team that basically plays against each other. So you can see where your strengths are and what combinations are working and what combinations are not working.
The team is gelling in as well, very well with each other, especially with the game moves and game plans, learning to play with one another and complementing each other's strengths and weaknesses. And it's just a bit here and there where we had to fix up, especially on our shooting.
We struggled a lot today with our shooting. I think the shooting at this moment is a big problem. I think when the guys, especially with everybody of us, if you get into the key, you miss a lot. We need to fix that.
After a short but intensive training camp, the national squad came up against this powerful Supersport Series All-Star side, which included a number of foreign stars playing in the local league. South Africa won a very competitive match by 58 points to 35 after pulling away in the second, third and fourth quarter. It'll serve as valiant preparation for the Thailand tour.
Well, the game has totally changed in the last 4 years. If you look at all overseas players, they're playing a totally different game. It's not like in olden days when you get to the key, the high points, they will shoot. It's not like that anymore. So what they do is they move the ball around a lot, and especially when you're open man, you shoot. When there's no pressure on you. What we're trying to do is that, but it's still difficult for the guys. Because we're so used to playing the old style of basketball that it's difficult for them to buy into it. But the guys are starting to do it, and by next year we should actually have it under control.
The Sasol Amawheelaboys girls, who are also scheduled to travel to Thailand in November, were divided into a green and gold squad. The gold squad won the match 46-34. At the last Paralympics in the women's competition, Algeria represented the continent. It was the first time since 1968, when the women had a wheelchair basketball division, that the continent has been represented. Jabulani Mthethwa, who coaches the national women's team, says that the All-Star match was important to try out combinations and game plans, which will be key in Morocco. Captain of the gold team, number 14, Duduzile Gwaza, showed why she is the most valuable 2.5-point player for the women in the country. She contributed 20 points for her team's winning tally.
The preparations are going very well. So far, so good. Moving forward from Thailand, I must say, players have learned a lot there. Players have done tremendous well, and a pool of those players is still also making here to this senior national ladies team. However, it's not the same age group that we had in Thailand, to remind. Yeah, as far as the game plans, game structures, good tactics that we picked up, and then in the form of development, I think it's going to help us for the qualifiers. We are in the right track right now.
We wish both the men's and young women's team the best in their journey to the Paralympic qualifiers in January. Beyond Boundaries will keep you updated on all things related to the Amawheelaboys girls and boys.
Bafethu, if that did not inspire you and change something empilweni yakho, there's really something wrong with you. Musa, how was that for you? I mean, I think it was brilliant, but for Wena, how was that performance? How was the crowd for you?
I mean, everything was magnificent, man. It was perfect, And again, it was my first time performing in Cion, and it was like, it's my favorite piece. And again, it's like, oh my God, I can't breathe right now. I'm so excited. And again, I'm happy that the message is sent out there, you know what I mean?
Hey, Muna, we followed this man from beginning to here. This is the biggest stage that you can perform in South Africa. His artistic director, Gregory Makoma, has only performed on that stage once. Musa is going to perform 10 times. Yes, so if you guys are not inspired, then I don't know, man. We'll keep doing Beyond Boundaries. So speak to us on Facebook on Beyond Boundaries, and then know that you can send your messages to Musa to keep him going, and you can just tell us what else you want him to achieve if you are doing that at home. And we are also on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. We are on YouTube. Catch us on YouTube. You just go there, you search for it, Beyond Boundaries, and you will find me, Tipsy, Musa, and many more other legends that we are following. Mfana, it's been a great one. Feel good show all together.
Musa, to your fans back home, just a message and we close with you.
Nothing is impossible. Believe in your dreams and you'll never get a stop.